Welcome back to Positively Port St. Lucie. I'm Sarah Prohaska, Public Information Officer with the City of Port St. Lucie. I am joined today, right now, with two special guests who are going to talk about an annual event that the Port St. Lucie Police Department organizes every year, part of crime prevention. It's a great thing for families and kids and residents of all ages. It's our National Night Out. And I have Sergeant Schichtel here and Tracy, also from our Port St. Lucie Police Department, to tell us about our events this year. Thank you very much. Tracy, you are the juvenile coordinator?
Yes.
Okay, juvenile coordinator. All right. So do you mind just getting us started? What is National Night Out if someone is not been around and doesn't really know what it is? What exactly is this?
National Night Out is an annual event that promotes neighborhood and police partnerships to make neighborhoods safer and communities safer in a positive way.
Okay. Just kind of, is it a way to get residents familiar with their police officers so they feel comfortable with them, approaching them about any problems that they may be having in their neighborhood or concerns they have? This is a great way to kind of get to know each other.
Absolutely. And it also encourages neighbors to get to know each other as well. Oh,
that's true. Because that's a way to prevent crime also, to know your neighbors and be aware of what's happening in your own community, right?
Yes.
All right. So this year, usually National Night Out, you guys have block parties, correct? Are you doing that again this year?
We do the block parties every year. We're going to have block parties again, but this year we're having a different focus on our open house, which is kind of like the kickoff to National Night Out. That's going to be on September 30th at the police department from 10 to 3. All right. And one of the things we've heard over and over again from juveniles that tend to get in trouble is there's nothing to do in this town. And it even transmits to the parents when the parents are talking to us about, how to keep their kids out of trouble. We hear it from them too. There's nothing to do in this town. Well, we know that's not true.
Yeah, we know that it's not true.
There's a lot to do in this town.
There's plenty to do. You just have to know where to find it, right?
Exactly. So what we decided to do this year is to showcase all the great things that there are to do in Port St. Lucie, so that the kids and the parents know where they can go to keep them busy and entertained.
Okay.
And one of the things we're doing is partnering with Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Because who's got more things to do than Parks and Rec?
No, they always have something going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to have them showcase all the great things that they're doing and how parents and kids can get a hold of them and find out where to go and what there is to do. But there's other places. Yeah. We've got our Police Athletic League.
Okay.
And, every year at the open house, we have the stage set up. And this year we're going to be showcasing all the things that the Police Athletic League does that the kids can sign up for, like wrestling and boxing and karate and drumline. There's so many things they do.
And fishing tournaments.
Fishing, we have the fishing clinics, things like that. So we're hoping to have demos on all those things this year.
That would be fun.
And then, we've got local partners in the community. We've got people that sponsor Little League teams. We've got people, we've got businesses that have entertainment type things that we're inviting so they can showcase these things too. So we're hoping that people will get a lot out of it and see a lot of the really cool things there are to do here.
Yeah, there is. There's lots to do in Port St. Lucie. You just have to know, Parks and Rec is a great resource because there's always a league or a game or a, class or something going on for all ages of kids, from teens to toddlers, really. So
absolutely.
Tell me again the day of the open house.
The open house is going to be on September 30th.
Okay, here at
10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. The vendors can set up at 9.
Okay.
And it's going to be all in the parking lot in the courtyard area between City Hall and the police department. Okay. We're going to have a room set up inside with some things that are demoing. We'll be giving first floor tours of the police department. We're going to have food. We're going to have our police explorers, and the Police Athletic League will be serving hot dogs, hamburgers, and probably some pulled pork, that type of thing.
Okay.
And we've got some other vendors that are going to be coming out. And, we're looking to have like fall festival or, county fair type foods and things like that.
Oh, perfect.
So, and
it's free?
it's free to everybody.
Okay, free to get in, yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, so no charge, so fun day out. Right
day
there,
out.
there's something to do.
Something to do.
There you go, you're solving what,
Exactly.
right there. Take your
Yeah.
kids, that sounds like a really fun family fun day, right there.
Yep, and every kid that comes is going to get a free cotton candy. We're going to have
Oh,
somebody.
okay,
We had
okay.
a local community vendor that donated the supplies and the equipment
And the cotton
to
candy.
make cotton candy. So we're going to have one or two of our police explorers making cotton candy. So
Oh,
everybody
fun.
gets a free cotton candy.
There you
that
go,
comes.
that'll draw my son, he loves cotton candy, okay. I'll have to let him
So-
know that's happening.
And the kids out there will love this. We'll be unveiling our Port St. Lucie Police Department fidget spinners
Oh, my
at the open
goodness.
house. So
Okay.
as long as they last, we'll be giving those out. too.
Okay, that'll draw your kids right there. Get a free fidget spinner, Port St. Lucie Police, from the Port St. Lucie Police Department. Oh, my goodness. That will get you a crowd right there.
Good.
And then I know also you have these fun things that the police department recently unveiled at the last big event you had at Tradition Field, where you had cutouts where people kids could come in and
Yes.
stick their heads in and get a picture taken. That's
We're
fun.
going to try to have new cutouts ready
Okay.
before the event, and we want to make them a little more rigid with a step stool.
Okay.
Where they can just step behind them and have them set up, and you don't have to hold them to take the pictures.
Okay.
But one way or the other, we're going to have cutouts.
Yeah, those are fun and
Yeah,
popular.
We had the new one with the canine officer and the dog.
The dog.
So we'll have all the cutouts.
So
Absolutely.
come get your picture taken as a Port St. Lucie police officer here.
Yes.
That's fun for the parents. The parents love
Yes.
that.
SWAT team is still the most popular.
Oh, is it? Okay. More popular than K-9, huh?
Well, canine was new this year.
Okay.
It was the first time we did it, but, they're both pretty popular.
All right. And Tracy, so what year is this? I know this is a national event, right? And then we're in what year?
I believe it's the 34th annual National Night Out.
Oh, okay. All right. So is there, about how many people do you usually draw to your events?
I think last year and the year before, we had about 2,000
Oh, wow.
people
Okay.
throughout the day that
Mhm.
came through and visited the police department, and we did tours.
Okay.
Or-
Yeah, that's fun too. I'm sure that kids get excited about
They
getting a
do.
tour of the police
They
department.
did.
All
And
right.
seeing the SWAT guys, too.
And then the block parties, how does that work? Is that something you work with neighborhoods with?
We do. Right now,
Okay.
we're determining which neighborhoods we're going to be visiting.
Mhm.
But we do like to visit each neighborhood. Some neighborhoods host barbecues.
Mhm.
Some have light snacks, and
Okay.
we spend about an hour at each neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
getting to know the residents and talking to them and answering their questions and building those relationships with the communities.
So if you are a neighborhood and you're hearing this, say you're an HOA or something, how would they get in touch with you? Can they contact you if they would like to participate?
Absolutely.
Okay, how would they do that?
They could contact me at the police department
Okay.
at 871-5000.
Okay, perfect. All right, so maybe someone might not have known about this, but think that this could be a perfect thing for their community.
Absolutely.
And
It's a lot of fun.
And overall, either one of you, how does this help with crime prevention?
Well, anything that promotes a police-community relationship
Mhm.
is going to work towards crime prevention because we can't do it alone.
Okay.
And the biggest thing that we solve crimes with is witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
And people being alert to their surroundings.
Yeah.
Preventing crime is by taking things and putting them away, locking things up, being aware of your surroundings,
Mhm.
not giving criminals the opportunity to commit a crime.
Yeah.
But when crimes are committed, just as well, people having alertness and, witnessing things is one
Coming
of the best
forward.
ways that we solve the crimes.
Mhm.
So the partnership actually has a double benefit.
Yeah, so,
So-
yeah, they would feel comfortable if they saw something coming forward and trying to help you guys
Exactly.
get to the bottom of
You know,
it.
In Port St. Lucie, we've always had a great relationship with the community.
Mhm.
And likewise, we've also had the lowest crime in
Yes.
Florida for a large city for 7 years in a row.
So
And I think, I'm not sure how many out of the last 12 or 14 years, but we've had a phenomenal record as far as being the safest city in Florida. And things like National Night Out and partnering with the community are one of the ways that we maintain that.
You maintain that, because I was going to mention that, yes, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement statistics recently came out, and once again, we've maintained our safest large city in Florida status for the 7th year in a row, and it takes work to maintain that status, and it takes constant vigilance to be the safest large city in Florida, and things like this really do help. And it is the community police partnership that really helps that, I'm sure.
You know, we've got some innovative new things we've done in the last few years too. One of them, it's called Partners Against Crime, and it's a database where we collect data on businesses in the city for late hours, contact information, things like that, emergency contacts. And the flip side of that is they're on a contact list for emails that go out for public-approved bulletins for crimes, for people we're looking for missing children, for crime trends, things like that, to educate them as to what we're looking for and to what where the crimes are happening, where they need to keep their guard up, things like that. So Partners Against Crime, for all the businesses out there, if you're not signed up with Partners Against Crime, be a good idea for you.
Contact the police department.
It helps us and it helps you. And we've got this promotion that we've been doing. It's called Smart Water. It's a product that we had a press conference on earlier in the year, and it's a type of tracking for property where it's like DNA, and it can be read under a black light, and it allows us to have like as specific like a serial number characteristic to identify stolen property, and it's a great tool, and we're trying to promote that. They'll be doing demonstrations at National Night Out as well.
Oh, really? Okay, so if a business wants to get involved with that, that's a great place to go.
Absolutely,
And also, they can just contact the police department about that, or your database if they want to get on that.
Definitely, Partners Against Crime, great tool.
Okay.
Great way to keep informed. And another thing, real quick to talk about is combating our car burglaries.
Okay.
In the past, we've talked about lock it or lose it. Well, we've kind of morphed into lock it, remove it, or lose it, because we've had a trend of burglaries where windows are getting broken. A lot of times the window costs more than the property that gets stolen. So we're encouraging people to take the property out of the car altogether. Lock your car, but in addition to that, take it out, because if they see a purse or a wallet in a car and they break a window, it's going to cost you $500 to get that fixed. So lock it, remove it, or lose it.
Don't leave anything of value in plain sight in your car. That's
exactly.
No matter what, because locking it isn't enough, I guess.
No, it's not. And these are the type of messages we want to get out at National Night Out and the open house.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on today and helping informing the public and letting us know about this. And once again, it's September 30th. That's the kickoff. And then if you are interested in a block party, then just contact the police department.
Yes.
Or any of these other great things that we talked about today, contact the police department and they will help you out, I'm sure.
Night Out is October 2nd?
October 3rd.
October 3rd.
October 3rd.
It's the Tuesday after the open house.
Open house, okay. Well, once again, and our website, www.cityofpsl.com, will be posting a bunch of information about National Night Out events as we get it. We'll put it up there, so that's another good place to go if you're interested in finding out more about this.
Terrific.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you on here. Thank you very much for coming on. All right.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after these messages.